Defining Active Directory Domain Services, or ADDS. How can we concisely define this concept in a way that most people can gain an understanding of it? Let's attempt that. Active Directory Domain Services. An important server role that provides an expandable directory service as well as an authentication and authorization service. So basically it's a task that you assign to a server or a set of servers in a cluster. And basically what that role does is that role basically gives the computers information that will allow them to discern or decide who has proper access to what, or what username password combination has access to what computer resource, what infrastructure resource, and at what level they have access. Think of it as, for example, you are someone who works for in a corporate building, a big building, and you're an employee that works on the 7th floor, because 7th floor, let's say, is the IT department, and you work on the 7th floor. Now, you also have somebody else coming in behind you who works in the HR department, and a person behind them that works in janitorial services. A person behind them that works in the call center. Now, being that you work in IT, you need to have access to every floor of the building that's related to the company, because you may have to go to any floor anytime to do computer-based work. So you have access per the elevator system to all the floors. The person behind you in HR, they may or may not have access to all the floors, because they may have a corporate structure which centralizes HR to a few floors, so they have access to only certain floors in the building that they work from, and everybody comes to them through a Zoom meeting, a phone call, or a meeting on premises in a conference room on the HR floor, or a public conference room area floor. The person behind them, we said, was a person that was in janitorial services. Janitorial services needs to have access to the entire building, because they need to be able to go to each floor and do cleanup, and do all the building maintenance stuff, along with the maintenance group in general. You need access to all the floors, including the basement, where they may have all the cleanup and the lockers for the toolkits for any tools that might be needed to do any repairs on site. So while IT has access to all floors, top to bottom, maybe even including the space for maintenance, HR may have access to all the regular floors minus the maintenance floor, or only a few floors depending on how the corporate structure is. The maintenance person has access to all the floors and the hidden floor at the bottom, where they store maintenance materials as well as janitorial services materials. They need to have access to that floor, but HR probably isn't going to have access to that floor. Probably. IT may not have access to that floor. There's no computers down there, you don't need to have access to it. That's different levels of access based on different identities or different roles. There you go.